Welcome to the advanced Photoshop's tutorial. If you've watched the previous tutorial, you'll see that we've cropped our image, we've incorporated some text, we have refined the edges of the image here using either the clone stamp tool or also the eraser tool. And also I've talked you through the blur and smudge tool as well. But here are some more advanced techniques which you may wish to try. Down here I did mention that we've got different layers. Now each layer you can manipulate however way you wish. If you double click for example on layer 1, you get a variety of different layer styles which you may want to play around with. Again, there's no right or wrong way of achieving this. A lot of it is going to be about trial and error, seeing what works, refining it and seeing what doesn't work. So let's just go for stroke. Okay, so if we click on that, and you can change the different layer. Now as you can see, if I just move that down a bit and I just move this across, can you see how I've got a bit of a black edge going around my image? Again, that might be something that you want, something that's useful. If you don't like it, untick it, it takes that a feature off. So I'll just move this to one side. You could go for inner glow, and we can change the inner glow there depending on what kind of effect that you're after. You can change the selection there. So again, it's about trial and error. You can also have drop shadow, which might be something that you'll be interested in for your magazine. And again, it's not quite working how I want it to work on my images here. But again, it's about seeing what works for you, seeing what you can achieve in the software. So that's how to edit the layer. Other features I would use are the masks. Now, if I click on this circle here, what this does, it creates an effect mask. The benefit of an effect mask is that you are not altering the original image. So if you decide to delete that layer in the future because you don't want it, it's not suitable, it's far easier than having to edit your actual image. So here we've got lots of different things. You can have black and white if you wish. So you can have a black and white colour mask, as you can see there. And because it's popped up here as a mask, it means that, and again this is in your tutorial, if you want to pull out one particular colour and that mask is white, if we change our colour swatch there to black, and if I again let's use the paintbrush tool, I can actually brush over that, and can you see how the colour is starting to pop out? Now what I could do is I could actually use a quick selection tool to select the area. Let's do that here. Now if I go back to my paintbrush tool, notice if I brush across, it's only painting in that area that I've selected. So that might be a way in which you can add a bit of colour, a bit of interest to your double page spread perhaps. Again, if you don't like that, you can hide it like that, or you can actually delete it by using the little delete button down there. So if we still use the mask feature, so down here there's other things we can do. We can change the brightness and contrast, the exposure, any patterns in the image, any other effects, and that might be something that you want to use. And again, as with a lot of these things, it's about trial and error to try and find what it is you actually want. Other more advanced features that I'd encourage you to try, I'll just deselect that. By the way, if you select anything on your image that you want to get rid of, just select, deselect, and that takes that option away from you. Another feature is the spot healing brush. So here, again, you click on spot healing brush tool, and because the software is so intelligent, remember I need to select that layer because I'm going to use this in a moment, it will automatically airbrush images and make them really, nice and clean and crisp. So here we've got a little blemish, and if I just drag my cursor across that, let go, the blemish magically disappears. Now, the reason it can do this is because, as I said, the software is intelligent. It's looking at the other colours around that particular area and is trying to colour match automatically. So if you do have any images which need a slight retouch, then use the spot healing tool because that's a brilliant tool to do that effect with. Other things you might want to play around with are the opacity of layers. So again, if you want to make that image semi-transparent, select the layer you want and change the opacity as so. So that might give you quite an interesting effect, perhaps. You may also want to use other features such as shapes, such as the rectangle tool, to highlight text. Again, you've got a variety of shapes here. So if I hold down this, you can have the rectangle, rounded rectangle, ellipse, polygon, line, and custom shape tool. So if I click on that, and I'm going to change the colour of the image there, we'll change it to white. a slightly pinky colour, that's fine, just so it stands out. Select that again and we can draw a rectangle. Just hide the properties there, it's a bit slow. And you can put your text across the top. I'm going to finish it there because my battery is low on my Mac, so I'll go and recharge, and if you want to join me again, I'll show you how to use InDesign.